You won't believe how easy it is to make homemade no sugar added ube. Welcome into TaylorKitchen, where we show very busy people how to make very delicious food in very little time. And today we are making ube. What is ube, you might ask? Well, if you've seen lately that it is really trending because you're seeing these glorious purple pastries, purple desserts, purple lattes, and it all stems from ube paste, which starts with the Japanese sweet potato. It's these long tuberous potatoes, and inside, that is the color. They're gloriously purple, and that purple color indicates anthocyanin, which is a powerful antioxidant. So these are really healthy. They're great for anti-inflammatory purposes, they're cancer fighting, and they're low on the glycemic index, which helps you to balance your blood sugar. And I'm going to make my own ube paste. You can buy it already made, but they typically make it and there's sweetened condensed milk and there's sugar and there's all kinds of things that I don't want. And I feel like these little things are sweet enough, and I'm going to go one up. When I make these, I'm going to roast them instead of peeling and boiling them, because you know when you roast a vegetable, you get so much more sweetness out of it. So because it's also hot in Georgia, I'm going to roast these in my Ninja Foodi to not heat up my kitchen. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to wash these really well and poke some holes in them. I bought a whole bag of these at my local Asian market the other day, but I've also seen them at Sprouts. I've seen them at other grocery stores, so they're really trending right now, so they're easier to find than they might have been a year ago or so. Anyway, we're gonna make our ube paste all natural and no added sweeteners, no added sugars. And so stick with me to see how we do this, and it's going to be so good. Hey there, if you haven't yet, please take a moment to subscribe and turn on notifications to our YouTube channel. Click that bell icon below to make sure you get all the latest from us, and give us a thumbs up and leave a comment. We love to hear from you. Let us know what you want us to make on TaylorKitchen, and also check us out at tkfoodie.com. Hey there, are you a small, medium, or even a large YouTube channel that's trying to grow your channel and your engagement? Well then, check out vidIQ. I've been using vidIQ for a couple of years now, and they really have helped me to grow my channel. They give you optimal thumbnails, titles, tags, even optimal launch times to help you get the most out of the hard work that you put into those videos. Get that elusive YouTube algorithm to grab your video and present it to the viewers that would be most interested in what you have to offer. So if you want to check out vidIQ and see what they can do for you, click that link below. These roasted in my Ninja Foodi for 30 minutes. They were about 2 pounds. Just look at the color. And I've split them down the middle. For the most part, you can squeeze out the very purpley flesh, or just use a spoon to scrape it out. I've let these cool, obviously, so that I can handle them. And I want to get as much of the purple flesh out as I can and leave that skin behind. And this, if you just taste it now, it's just, they're good. They're so good. They're sweet. And they have a flavor unlike regular sweet potatoes. I mean, they're like the same, but different. So finishing scraping all of the flesh out for my purple sweet potatoes. And we'll proceed to making the ube paste. Now at this point, you can make a beautiful sweet potato mash, and I'm just taking a fork and mashing this up. Can you imagine you put this on the plate and people go, "What is that?" And you're like, "Mashed sweet potatoes." Look how beautiful and purpley they are. But now I need to heat these up. And I'm going to do that with some coconut milk. Now, most of the ube recipes call for sweetened condensed milk and butter and sugar, and I don't want that. I'm using full fat coconut milk. So that's going to replace any butter that you would use in your ube. And this is just a can of full fat coconut milk. The fat usually rises to the top, but I will cook that down, and then you have the rest of the coconut milk in there. And the full fat is imperative because then you get a really nice texture. And then I'm just going to gently heat and work this to make this paste really smooth. All I need to do is really just incorporate everything, and the heat is going to help the coconut milk, and especially those solids that rose to the top, the fatty part of the coconut milk, mix delightfully into the ube, into the purple sweet potato. Going to add about a 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt just to amplify the flavor. I used my glass saucepan so you can see the color. This is a glorious color. Now, if this was not quite as purple as you wanted it to be, I have an option for you. This is butterfly pea powder. Also very nutritious, and this is used in a lot of lattes, fancy cocktails, drinks, beautiful smoothies, and you can see the color is quite purpley. And all I'm going to do is add in a tiny bit to just emphasize the purple color. I'm going to sprinkle it over. I could also dissolve it with a little bit of water and then put it in, or a little bit of coconut milk and put it in. But that's just going to amplify the purple color. It's not really needed, but won't hurt. I will link the butterfly pea powder below. I use it for a lot of things. When I want a natural food color that's beautifully purple or blue, I use butterfly pea powder in icings and things like that. I've made flavored butters and colored, like I have a cardamom butter, and I just colored it with this for Easter. It was so pretty. Let's take a little taste. Oh. Wow. The taste is phenomenal. If you just wanted to serve this as a side dish, you sure could. I'm going to continue to stir and whisk a little bit more just because I want it to be super, super smooth. I might even put my immersion blender in here. What do you think? Look at that. You have your ube. This is a lot of ube. And it's so beautiful. I think I'm gonna make a matcha, and I'm gonna use the ube for my matcha because that'll be pretty, the green and the purple. But there we go. And this is done. I am going to use an immersion blender to just further smooth it out. So let's do that. So here's my immersion blender, and especially if you're going to use this in drinks, just to make it as smooth as possible, one of these things will come in really handy. Just make sure you have it all the way down or you will be covered with beautiful purple ube. There you go. You too can have ube. Just store this in your fridge. If you want it thinner, you can thin it out with a little bit of milk of your choice. If you want it sweeter, which I think this is perfectly sweet, you can sweeten it with your sweetener of choice. If you want to use regular cane sugar, if you want to use allulose, you would just heat it up with a little bit of the sugar. But like I said, this is plenty sweet. Coconut milk has a nice sweetness to it. The sweet potatoes in themselves have enough sweetness to them. So I don't think sugar or sweetened condensed milk is needed. And this is what I got with no added sugar, totally gluten-free. And look at that. I mean, okay, let's make a matcha, shall we? I'm gonna add some creamer. Beautiful. There's my glass with ice. Here's my matcha. I want some coconut milk. And then I want to top it with this gorgeous ube cream. Oh. All right. that is a pretty drink. Let's give it a taste. Oh my goodness. Wow, that's so delicious. Gotta try this ube. We'll be making more things with this because obviously I have a lot of ube to use. So stay tuned. I think I'm gonna use this in my next batch of sourdough bread. Check out this easy ube recipe. It's on tkfoodie.com.